In our next part of our seminar, we'll be looking at angle of elevation and angle of depression. Angle of elevation is the angle formed when you look up from the horizontal line, up from the horizon, a lot of times we say. Angle of depression is when you look down. But since angle of elevation, since the ground is horizontal, and if you look up or you look down, what I want you to realize when you model angle of elevation or angle of depression, they're the same. So when you model it, the angle always goes with the horizontal line you draw in your right triangle. So if you draw a right triangle with the horizontal line in the bottom, there's your angle of elevation or angle of depression. If you model your shape with a right triangle with a horizontal line towards the top, then your angle of elevation or angle of depression is with the horizontal line. So we take a look at example 6. It says the chairlift at a ski resort rises up at an angle of 20.75 degrees while traveling up the side of the mountain and attains a vertical height of 1,200 feet when it reaches the top. How far does the chairlift travel up the side of the mountain? Notice, not a lot of work to do on this one or a lot of thinking. They did everything for you. They modeled the picture with a right triangle. And so you just want to find D, which is a hypotenuse. You know the opposite side is 1,200, so in this case we're going to use sine. And say, oh, the sine of 20.75 degrees equals the opposite, which is 1,200, over the hypotenuse, which is D. D's in the denominator, so we'll use the property of reciprocals. We'll say 1 over 20.75 equals D over 1,200. Then to solve that, we'll multiply both sides by 1,200. So we'll get D equals 1,200 over, oh, I forgot my sign in there, over the sine of 20.75. So we're going to use our calculator for this. And then, since we're going up, let's just round it to the nearest foot. So we're going to take 1,200 divided by the sine of 20.75. And I'm in degrees here, so we get 3,387 feet. Let's make sure I rounded right before I go on. Yep, I did.